Alright, welcome to my level design / walkthrough for my games proposal project, Gun Game. I'm going to try and be brief. I just kind of go through the key parts of the level design and basically talk about what the game is. So, Gun Game is a puzzle platformer where you play as a big walking desert eagle. All the puzzles are based around the fact that you're a gun and you can shoot things. And basically the plot, you're at work. You just go into work in this testing facility to solve puzzles, move through, testing your abilities. Obviously quite a silly premise, and that's kind of what I was going for. It's quite silly. I've got some NPCs that are kind of quirky. They'll give you hints, they'll say silly little things to you. And just I wanted to contribute to an overall quite light experience, quite like a fun, silly platformer, some kind of quirky elements, kind of like a game like Portal. Took a lot of inspiration from Portal, where it's kind of, you're going from room to room, solving problems to progress. So, get right into it. First room here is just a little corridor, nothing too much to see, and we've got our first NPC who will say, "Morning, countrymen, have a great day. Always remember our company's golden rule: right mouse to aim, left mouse to shoot." Just a quick little tutorial showing you how to shoot, and we've got some target practice, some glass here which will plant the seed that the glass is important and it can be smashed. You're going to have to remember that. We've also got a cube here which we can shoot, and it will open up this door. So this system is going to be pretty important. We're going to be shooting these cubes a lot, so I've got one nice and early just to show them what they need to do. So, moving on into this first room, very simple one. We've got a button over here, and a button over here, and a platform here. What we can't do is jump across, so obviously we're going to have to be shooting these cubes to open up, you know, get this bridge out, move along. This NPC will say, "Good job, you failed the first puzzle, but that's alright, don't worry. I place a little cube here, step on this platform, shoot that, lift us up." You know, not a big penalty for failing the puzzle, and also, once again, you shoot these cubes, and it will raise the platforms. So, by now, you got to shoot a cube, and it will open up this little bridge, and we'll get across. Nice and easy, solve the first puzzle. This NPC will say, "Solid performance, countrymen. Gotta be a 9 out of 10 for that jump," definitely. So, very good. Once again, we can shoot this glass, get this door open, and we've got some glass in front of us. So by now, we know we can shoot this glass, so this isn't an issue. We can shoot that. Hopefully it's satisfying enough, the nice destruction mechanics, and we're face to face with a corridor. This NPC will tell us, "Don't fall down the bottomless pit." So we're going to try and avoid that. There's ground down there, but it's a long way down, and we're being told not to, so we'll try and avoid that. This section is a platform challenge, and it's not too tricky, but you know, you might not make the jumps. Initially, I had water here, but I got rid of that as it didn't really fit with the rest of the game. It didn't really kind of jive with the facility, at least not at this point. I didn't really have it in much other places, so I cut that and instead just replaced it with a pit you can fall down. It's okay, you're a gun, you can't take any fall damage, but pretty much. We've got a lot of glass here that we're going to need to shoot so we can progress, and then we get to this little walkway. So this is just a little bridge that's kind of tricky to navigate, but not too bad. Initially it was a little thinner, but my playtesters, they thought it was too thin, so made it wider, and then that solved that problem. So we can get across here, we can get across just easy enough, and what there is 2 more cubes. We know we need to shoot them by now, so we'll shoot this one, and it will open up this door. Okay, we obviously have to get across there. We can't jump, but if we try, we'll just fall down. This NPC will say, "Wrong way, I'm afraid, sir." Well, that's obvious, but that's alright. We can be guided by the light, and will take us right back to the start. We can shoot this glass out the way. Shooting the glass is kind of fun, so hopefully you don't mind. And here we've got making that connection again between the cubes and the platforms. We're going to need to stand on that, shoot that, and we got ourselves quite a slow platform here, which this NPC will apologise for. Once again, you know, getting in some silly stuff. A little frustrating, but not too bad. Kind of funny. Hopefully, anyway. So, we'll get across here. Just in case you fall down again, however, you can shoot this, and it will zip down pretty fast. So, it may be slow on the way up, but it's fast down below, so it's not too frustrating. But, at any rate, these puzzles aren't too tricky. We'll make our way across. And we can shoot this cube, and once again we've got ourselves a bridge. We can jump across, and we're through. So after this we'll come to this environment, and this is where the puzzles start to kind of get a little bit more tricky. So right away what we can see, this big open room with multiple platforms, and we've got an intriguing little hole in the ground here, but we cannot go through there. We're gonna have to be moving that. Also, what you may notice is this red glass, which is different to the other glass we've had so far, which has been blue. So I'm hoping that will intrigue the player, and they'll see, oh, there's a button behind it, oh, but we'll try and shoot it and it won't break. Interesting, we're going to have to be getting around there. So, what you've got to do, if you take a look around, you will see there's an intriguing little cubby hole up there, and there's also a button here. So So by shooting this, it will lower this platform, showing the player that we're going to be needing to go up there. We'll shoot this glass out of the way, and we'll get up. Got a cube there we can shoot, and it will give us a platform, helping us out on our journey. A lot of these cubes are kind of in fairly obvious places, and they'll get you your platform fairly simple, but I quite like that. The puzzles aren't too challenging. It's more about jumping about, having fun, shooting things. The puzzles get more tricky towards the end. We'll get into that later. So we'll jump right across. We can see our little doorway, but oh no, we cannot go through it. What will we do? Well, we've got a little cubby hole up here. We can't quite hit the button, so what we're going to need to do is, they'll have seen before that this started off up here, so what we can do is shoot this, and it will raise our platform, and we'll be able to shoot through the glass, hit this button. We can hear a door opening sound, and sure enough, it's our little door. So we'll move down here, and we're into a little area. We can shoot this button. Can't quite get through there, but that's okay. If we go up here, we've got ourselves a little diving board. We can jump off down to this intriguing little hole where we've got some glass. And I will shoot this glass. Hopefully it falls just right. And right, so here we're face to face with a ball. And an NPC who will say, "Congrats on making it this far, Grungerman. You, my friend, are on a roll." Speaking of rolling, so right now, we've done plenty of puzzles involving shooting blocks and shooting glass. Moving on, adding a new mechanic. What we've got is a ball. You can shoot it, and it will roll. Pretty much just a physics puzzle. We've got to roll the white ball into the white pad, which will open up the white door. You can roll it by shooting, and you can also roll it by walking into it. Shooting it makes it roll faster though, and opens up, and we've got ourselves another ball. Alright, and we've got a hill, and some glass up here. We can see up there just a hint of something, so fairly obviously we got to shoot this, and we'll make our way right up here. It's okay. Initially, I did just have a straight path up here with no blockades, but it was a little bit easy, a little bit boring. Want to have some obstacles, so it's not too simple. So what we've got here is some purple glass, which is also once again slightly different. So we'll shoot that, and we'll get back to rolling our cube. But oh no, the glass respawns. This is another variant of the glass that I wanted to introduce. Respawning glass. Luckily, it's not too thick, so what we can do is shoot our ball, and it will go through without too much issue. And open up the ball. But, you know, this is just introducing another mechanic. Respawning glass, we can shoot it, we can kind of jump over, can't get quite through where it is. That's based on how I coded it, not perfect, but it works for what I want, and the spheres can go through it, so I figured that's all I really need. In a full release, that kind of thing would be fixed. Regardless, we'll move on, and our NPC will say, "How'd like the purple glass? Made it myself. Don't ask me how it works. I have no idea." That's alright, we don't really need to know. All we need to know is that we shoot it, it respawns, that's fine. So, right, we come through here and we're face to face with this interesting scenario. We can see a door down there, just through the glass, and we can see a pad. So, quite clearly, we're going to have to be getting a ball down here, but we don't have a ball. Where's the ball? Well, we'll talk to our NPC, and he will say, "Hi, Gunjamin, it's me, the ball keeper. Shoot my little cube if you like a nice ball. Don't be shy, I've got plenty." So this is just another quick way of introducing one more thing with the cubes, which is you're going to be able to spawn your own balls from now on, just adding another layer of interactivity. And this is kind of, I wanted this room to be like a pinball machine or a pachinko machine, where you, maybe an arcade machine where you kind of put in a coin at the top and it falls down, being knocked sometimes side to side by the little platforms. That's what I wanted anyway. We're wanting it to get down there. Yeah. We'll start shooting the glass. So we shoot this, and we can get our ball rolling, and it will start rolling down the hill. We're going to have to shoot the glass as we go, jump over some platforms as we go. Further down, we've got some more of this respawning glass, but we can shoot that. If we're quick enough, we can get our ball through, and it will roll down, hit just the right spot, and it'll open up our door for us. So another fairly simple puzzle, but now we come through here, and we're face to face with some red lights, some intriguing red lights. What are we going to use them for? Well, we'll talk to our NPC, and he will say, "Just wait till you see the red balls, you're going to love them." So, red balls, right now we've only had the white ones, so now we're getting word that we're going to be having red balls too, which if you shoot the red cube, you're going to get a red ball. So right now I'm setting up an association between the red objects that, you know, red cube can spawn a red ball, and also we've got a red door, and we've got a red pad. Hopefully, not too tricky to figure out. The player's going to be like, alright, so the red things are linked to the red objects, and the white things are linked to the white objects, you know, white balls, white pad, open up a white door, red ball, red pad, red door. Fairly straightforward, but how do we get this across here? We can't shoot this because we can't get enough force, and it will explode if it goes down. So, you know, we might have to shoot some of these cubes, see what happens. So if I shoot this, we've got ourselves a ball, but you can't get it across, it'll explode. We've got to shoot this other one, which will give us a nice little bridge, very convenient, and we can line our shot up just right and shoot our ball, which will go into the pad quite slowly, and it will spawn us another cube just in our line of sight. So I can shoot that, and once again, we've got ourselves a white ball. Again, quite convenient, right next to what appears to be a white pad. If we line up our shot just right, just again, shoot it, got ourselves another bridge, which finally we can get our red ball, shoot it just right into the red pad. So this is kind of not too tricky, but kind of upping the difficulty just a little bit, kind of having to think, okay, well, you know, we've got some problems now, we can't get the balls across, we're going to need to figure out which things to shoot. But we know that the white cubes give us white balls, move white platforms, the red cubes do red things. We can figure out what we need to do. Right, moving on, through into this room. So, this is another room where it's kind of, this is a little tricky, a little silly, but my playtesters liked it. Initially, it was just quite a simple puzzle, which involved shooting glass, so the balls, you know, I would have a ball on top of some glass, you could shoot the glass, and then the ball would fall down, but that was quite boring, so I changed it to be a puzzle where you're having to shoot through respawnable glass, shoot a cube, but it's gone. Where's it gone? Oh, it's gone here. Basically, around the outside of the room, you can see these lights, and if you're quick enough to notice, if you shoot a cube, it will spawn where there's a light, and we've got to be following our cubes around the room. It's a little silly, it's a little stupid, but I quite like it, and we'll see, we're getting a red cube now, so we'll shoot that, and it will give us a red ball, which, we've got our red pad, we'll get that into there, nice and easy, and it will open up another red cube. So we can see some more red lights around the cube, so the players might be able to guess where this is going. You shoot that, oh, it's there, shoot it once again, we're back behind the respawnable glass, we'll shoot the glass, quickly shoot the cube, and up here, we've got ourselves a white cube. And oh look, we've got a white door, we've got a white pad. I wonder what this is going to do. We're going to shoot it, and we got ourselves a white ball. So we can shoot that into our little pad, and it will open up the white door for us. And this leads us into our final room, where we've got lots, kind of a culmination of all the different mechanics. We've got some platforms which are on an angle, so there's going to be ball rolling, there's going to be cube shooting, there's going to be cube spawning at certain points, and we've got ourselves a door. We also have ourselves an NPC. We can talk to him, he'll say, puzzle starts above my head, hope you got your thinking cap on, your thinking suppressor, whatever, good luck, gentlemen. So, puzzle starts here, we shoot this, and from now on, it's fairly simple to follow. Once you've got the starting cube, you're kind of moving from left to right. I wanted this one to be, we've done a lot of kind of platformy based ones, so I'm kind of adding some more puzzles that are based on more, I guess, spatial awareness, and based on you having to deal with these problems as they come at you and move around to finally open up this white door. But how do we do that? So we've got a pad down here, and we've got our white ball. So what we can do, shoot the respawnable glass, it will get gone, but if the ball happens to fall down, it'll explode. We've got to start again, and the glass is back, so we have to shoot it, it'll roll down, we shoot that again, timed it right this time, we'll get a ball down here, make sure it's sat in that corner. So now we're faced with two different cubes. What can we do? We'll shoot this one, that gives us a platform up there, that's not what we need, so we'll get that back. Instead we'll shoot this one, which will let our ball drop down, which will spawn us our red cube. Shoot that, and we've got a red ball. Oh, we've got a red pad, okay. We've got to get it down here, but how are we going to do it? We've got respawnable glass, we can't move this yet, so that's just going to get right back. But we do have this platform we saw before, which we can shoot, and it will push our ball. So if we time it just right, we can get our ball to fall through the glass, and it will fall down here. We can shoot that, and it will roll right into there. We'll hear another spawn sound, and up here where there was a white light, we've now got a white cube. And we've got our final white pad, which isn't filled, and a final white door. So we're going to get this down here. How are we doing it? We've got quite a few buttons up here. So anyway, we'll spawn our ball, and there it is. What you can do is shoot these, and they will open up these blockades for you. Ball will roll down, but it won't land in the pad. So this is about choosing which one of these cubes to shoot. Whereabouts do we need to block the ball so it has the right momentum to get into the pad. So what we'll do, we'll try it on none, it'll go straight down, and it will just go right down, get exploded. So obviously we need a little less momentum. We'll use the last one instead, shoot that, it'll roll down here and it'll stop. We can then move this platform just the right amount of time to roll down to land in the pad, and it'll open up our little last door, and we got this interesting room. We'll talk to the NPC. Brilliant work today, Gunjamin. Step into the teleporter to exit the facility. See you tomorrow. So, I mean, we'll do what he says. We're just a working gun. Into here, which will spawn us right back at the start again, back in for another day of work. So, that's all I've got really for this this level. This is would be the first level of the game, I assume. And it's basically, right now it's a cycle as if we're just back at work for another day of testing out. So hopefully I've explained my level design, my thoughts well, hopefully communicated them well, and thank you very much for watching.